Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another pot of fame. It is a new month and by the time you watch this video, maybe it'll be a month and a half from now by the time this video goes live, but it is the beginning of September. I'm back from Tanzania. I'm back from Las Vegas just for 5 days, and 3 of the 5 days I will be vending. But I wanted to hop on to the main channel to share with you the progress of a handful of plants that have been doing really well for me, regardless if I wasn't really here for the month of August because I was in Tanzania and I was in Las Vegas. So I'm very proud of these updates. So give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, my Pot of Fame monthly series have been on the main channel and one of my favorite series to do on this channel for over a year now. I choose a handful of plants that do really well for me throughout the month and highlight them in this very fun series. Just a casual sit down where I share with you and highlight some of the plants that are doing really good. A lot of plants in my collection is doing really good, but if I sit here and share with you every single update, we will be here all day and night. What I want to share with you is one of my trailing plants that is currently living in my studio. Nice and satiny. This is the silver satin pothos. I am a huge fan of this plant. I have another variety of it in my studio, both doing really well. So I will continue to have them being styled in my Santa Monica studio. It doesn't have really much light compared to out here in my patio. All of this down here is new growth. So I wanted to share with you at least one trailing plant that is doing really good in the collection. But right now, I think on the top of my shelf while I'm traveling, that is right by my one window in my studio, I have all trailing plants and they're doing really, really good. So I wanted to highlight this one for this month's Pot of Fame. And if I wanted to, what I could do is maybe I could cut right here. As you see, there's an aerial node right here. And I could cut maybe even right here where there's a node. I could root it up, fill up the planter, and get it more fuller. That is definitely something that you could do. But with my schedule and me hardly being here, I'm just letting it grow as is. That's a very fun update. I also want to share with you a very fun update, which I will probably restake the next time I do any kind of planting with Jewelyn video, because it is now way past the coco coir pole and I'm gonna have to probably move it into a bigger planter. So this is definitely on my to-do list. And this is my Philodendron red emerald. Let me move back so you can see and fill up the frame. So take a look at all of this new growth. As you can see, a new unfurled leaf. All of this is new growth, but you see the pole is here and then it's like way past. Look at these aerial roots all the way to here. So all of this is new growth. Another new leaf here unfurling. And then this is what the plant looks like. So doing really well. We'll leave it back here so you can see all of the fun growth. And I will stick it up and I'll put it in a bigger planter. But very fun to see the new leaf unfurled, and then all of this top section here doing really good. And yeah, we'll just see. If I have time this week to stake it up, I will in a bigger planter and a taller pole, because it's doing really well and I want it to still be able to climb so it can give me large leaves. And by the time this video goes live, if I did restake it this week, I can kind of give you guys an update maybe on a Thursday check-in to see how well it's doing. This plant lives full-time in my bathroom on my little bathroom sill where I shower. Has the diffused lighting from my windows of my bathroom, and then the humidity. Without my humidifier on, it runs at 80. So this is doing really, really good. And then I have the moisture meter just living in here full time. So very fun update. Wanted to share something different. I always like to highlight different plants because I have so many. So this is like my opportunity to share with you a bunch of plants that you normally maybe don't get to see quite often. Another plant that is living in the house, which I'm so happy to share with you, is my Squamiferum. This is a very finicky plant. This is what the larger leaves look like. And my original plant, it was nice and full. It was like definitely my top 10 plants, which I should do a current top 10 before the year ends. Doing so good, and all of these fell off and I don't know what happened to the root ball. I don't know if it's in the greenhouse or not. I got this through a trade with a subscriber. a bunch of the leaves fell off, but when I restaked it on a coco coir pole, look what happened. All these new leaves popped up. Take a look at this. All new. So it just wanted to be staked up on a coco coir pole. As you can see, all this is new. When I got the plant in a trade, it was just like on like a bamboo stake, and I was really scared to touch it and do anything with it. And then when I did a big restaking video, I was like, you know what, my Squamiferum needs to be moved into a different planter. It was living in a nursery planter, and I want to stake it up. And ever since then, it's been giving me so much new growth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 new leaves. And then if you look down here in the planter, you will see a baby popping out here on the bottom. So I'm happy about that, because I really worked hard to get this plant to where it is right now. So to see it have a baby down there makes me really happy. And then of course all of the new growth. So this is probably one of my most proudest moments for today's video, is sharing that update with you guys. And I'm so happy about that. Another plant that I want to share with you that is doing really good, that I don't really talk about because I don't know, I just don't, but it is my, careful now, Jewelyn. This is my Cissus quadrangularis. It's wild, it's crazy, and it's living in a, I think, is it living in an owl planter? Yes, it is living in an owl planter. It's Quirky. I may take this plant to Las Vegas because I think it'll do well in the Las Vegas collection as I kill all of the ants. It is ant season right now, so they're everywhere trying to find water in my studio and out here in the patio. So that's one thing I deal with this time of the year. But take a look at this. This here is all new growth, and then this one here is new, and then this here is new, and it lives by my fountain. So I don't know, maybe it likes the humidity from the fountain. And then even here is also new growth. But I try to be very careful with this plant because as you can see, it's very fragile. It'll start falling apart. But I love it because it's weird and quirky. So all around, easy plant. It doesn't really need much of anything, but you have to be careful on where you style it because it can easily fall apart, and I would hate to do that because it works so hard to grow all of that. So that is a very fun update. And then, which I shared on the Thursday check-in, which went up way prior to this video, is my Pink Princess Philodendron. I can't believe it. And by the time this video goes live, I would like to say this plant is hopefully still doing good in the collection. While I was away in Las Vegas, it gave me a pink leaf. Can we have a moment of silence for that amazing growth update? I'm so happy because I purchased this plant for the second time right before I left for East Africa, and I was really worried about buying such a rare, expensive plant and then leaving the collection for a couple of weeks. But I'm so happy to share with you for today's video the new unfurled leaf, and there's another new leaf here that is unfurling. I wonder if it's gonna be all pink. I want to hope it is. We'll see. I do plan on pruning off this and this because as you can see, the person who sold me the plant at the flea market kept these on, but the leaf is pretty much non-existent, and I want all of its nutrients to go into the leaves that are doing really good. I would also like to restake this to a coco coir pole, and out of this, whatever medium this is, if you guys know what this is, I don't know, but I would like to put it in soil and staked up on a coco coir pole to help it grow bigger. And I will hope to do that by the time this video goes live. So this is also probably my most proudest moment besides my monster elbow that gave me that beautiful leaf, which you've probably seen on a Pot of Fame video prior to this. So very happy to share with you these updates. Now there is a few plants that are blooming in my collection that are really big that I can't bring here, so we're gonna have to go to them. And also I want to take you inside to the studio to share with you how my Philodendron bipenifolium is doing, that is like growing right by my window, because I swear it's happy there and I'm trying to figure out how I can style another plant on the opposite side of the window to do the same, and I'm really happy to share with you in today's video. So let's go to a few of my Hoyas that are blooming for me, which I'm super proud about. I did share it on a Thursday check-in, which you've already seen by now, but I do want to include it in today's video because it's definitely a highlight for this time of the year for me, and I'm looking forward to doing art with them once I harvest them. So let's go there, and then we will wrap with the video back here. Hoya. Super excited to share with you that my Hoya Bella has still been producing blooms for me. I think this is going to be the last for the season. So we have one here, and then two down here. So when I'm done filming the video, I will go ahead and harvest them and dry them, and I think that's all for this season. I do have one more section here that's going to bloom for me, but yeah, very cool plant. Love Hoyas. My Hoya compacta. This plant has been blooming for me since July, and it's finally blooming for me this year after moving it to this side of the patio, because last year it was behind me against the patio wall and it wasn't getting enough sunlight and it didn't bloom for me at all. So I decided to move it on my door this year. And as you can see, it's so happy. It's producing blooms for me, and I mean, they're in different stages, as you can see, and I'm looking forward to harvesting the blooms. And then also fun updates. If you look here, lots of new growth, and then it just literally, like, yeah, it's taking over my door. But I like having them in stages because I'm traveling, and it's just nice to see them give me blooms throughout a course of a few months. So very fun update on my Hoya compacta. It's very long. It's over 5 feet long, and it breaks the internet. I'm so proud of it. So happy it's blooming for me. Another fun update. I believe this is my Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess. It is doing so well. I'm very proud of it. I've had this plant in my collection for several years, and it finally decided to bloom for me this year, and it just started to open up this morning. Take a look. So pretty, and I can't wait to make art with them. But I will keep them on the mother plant until the end of the week, and then I'll grab my pictures and then we'll dry them, and I am looking forward to seeing them dried. Up the video here with an update on how my Philodendron bipennifolio, my panda, is doing here, getting staked on my window. It's doing really good. New growth here, new growth there, new growth here, and then you see, look, new growth here and here. So every section is doing really good, but as you can see, it is growing super quirky on the window, and I really love that because it gives me like jungle vibes. So happy about this update. Wrap up the video with an update of my string of turtles, my Peperomia prostata. My original mother plant was probably double the size of this. This plant is super expensive in my part of the world, and I finally decided to repurchase it in the Bay Area for my birthday plant haul. And I wanted to give you guys an update because there's a lot of rat tail blooms popping up, so that's a sign that it's happy and it is still alive regardless of me traveling. So I'm ending it on a good note. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what's been happening in the collection as I was in East Africa and Las Vegas. I really wasn't home for the month of August. I think maybe I was home just for a handful of days, but I pretty much was away from the collection, and the collection still produced a lot of fun things for me. And I'm looking forward to doing a bunch of fun art with all of my blooms that are coming through the collection. And also, as we approach the winter, my Cressula ovata will be blooming for me, so I look forward to harvesting as much as I can because they're just very easy to work with because they're tiny, so they are time consuming to dry and harvest. But putting them into my art pieces, I can pretty much put them in any size mold and it'll go right into the mold because it is so tiny. And I have a huge mother tree, so give me good energy that my Cressula ovata mother tree will produce a lot of blooms for me this winter season, so I can create some fun art and share the collection with you guys, whoever purchased any of my art. And that is gonna wrap up today's pot of fame. I think I did really good. We got a variety of plants that I was able to give you guys updates on, and then share with you the progress of my Hoya blooms and my Philodendron that is growing crazy by my window in my studio. So hope you guys enjoy seeing another pot of fame, and if you love this series, let me know in the comments down below. It definitely gives me a chance to sit down and just plant talk and share with you what's going on in the collection, because I feel like if I don't do this monthly series, it'll be very hard for me to share with you what's going on in the collection, because I have over 600 houseplants, and you guys know I do have my small collection also in Las Vegas that is doing a lot of activity for me there as well. So that is gonna wrap up today's video. It is nice and sunny. I'm about to head out to lunch to meet an old coworker who I haven't seen for a couple of years, so it'll be really nice. And the weather here is so beautiful throughout the year. I'm so blessed that I don't have to winter my plants and bring them in. Although I do have my rainy days every once in a while. You guys see how I struggle with that with my setup with the patio being open, but for the most part the weather here is beautiful, and regardless of my crazy tree and the trash, I'm so thankful to have the space that I do, because I can house everything that I have, including my greenhouse, which by the way there's also a lot of activity happening in there. So I'll sign off here. Hope you guys enjoy seeing what's going on in the collection this time of the year. Stick around, because I will be doing another pot of fame right before I go to Spain and Greece. I will hop onto the main channel and share with you what happens over this month, which is September, when I'm filming this video. I will see you soon. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads between the main channel and the vlog channel. You get a video each and every day. Aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye.